Hello, hello, welcome. This is our weekly installment here at realfit.tv. Chew on this. This is where I give you food for thought that helps you feed your mind before you feed your belly. We talk a lot about mindset techniques in here and shifting your perspective. It's not just about food and exercise. And today, speaking of exercise, we're talking about something called workout resistance. It is a thing. And over the years, as I have been a personal trainer and done group coaching and, been a group instructor for so many years, I've had people come into and out of my life, like on the workout wagon, off the workout wagon. And they've, basically confessed to me they hated working out. I hate working out. I loathe it. And I'm here to talk to you about how there could be something else going on. So if you're here live, go ahead and say hello. I'm Dana Lee. I am the founder. Oh, Jane, what's up? The founder of realfit.tv. I'm the creator of the Real Fit Mindset course. I take women from food obsessed to body blessed. So if you are here with me live, go ahead and say hello. I welcome all comments. And even after I post this video afterwards, I still love to read your comments. You are welcome to chime in on the conversation and join in so I can give you feedback or any insights beyond this conversation. So yeah, there is such a thing as workout resistance. Now, I've heard so many times over the years of like, I'm just lazy. I hate working out. I don't work out. And kind of like women, I'm talking about women in particular, but this happens with men for sure, that they just refuse to do it. It's just not something that I do. And this video is just exploring about how there could be something else going on. I have 3 questions I'm going to pose for you today. And this is to help you. Again, we're feeding our mind, right? We want to think about things differently. And the more we explore that and our mindset and our thoughts, the more fulfilled we're going to be, and the less likely we're going to be reaching to food to fill those things that we can't really get from food, right? So workout resistance. Basically, this is this concept that has been observed by psychologists over the years that has been more prevalent today because we needed this more recent data from the 90s and 2000s into this decade we're in, where we have this combination of things happening with the diet culture, and there can be some rebelliousness that's happening of maybe how we've seen our mothers treating exercise or fitness or an exercise regime, or maybe how they've treated dieting and how that has an impact on your life. It's really important to look at that. So if you see how your mother has treated herself through fitness and food, then it's really not a surprise that either you have completely rebelled against, I don't want to be like that, so it could be the other extreme, or it could be that you've kind of followed in your mother's footsteps and have taken on the dieting and taken on the exercise and kind of, mimicked a lot of that path that she had paved. So I have a few questions I want to pose for you, because if you are somebody that hates exercise, I loathe it, I'm on and off, or maybe you're somebody who's like, well, I'm just lazy, and you just kind of, just throw it off. Like that's the excuse. Well, I'm just lazy. What if you're not just lazy? What if there's more to it inside that's telling a bigger story? So my first question is, what if you approached exercise as movement? So rather than creating this little box of what fitness is or exercise is, what if it's just about moving your body? Like, screw the workout routine. Screw trying to follow somebody else's rules and somebody else's box and try to figure out and tick this little, I'm doing my cardio and I'm doing my strength and I'm doing my stretching. Well, let's think bigger than that. Let's think about all the ways. Now, I'm sitting in my office right now that I had just kind of recreated. I used to have a standing desk, but now I have like this open office space. And the way I approach movement in my life is when I'm home, I will often stand and work. When I'm here in my office, I'll often sit on the floor. I'm sitting on a chair now, but I also have this other little chair that's aside from me that's a little different. I move myself around. So I don't just think about like creating the same patterns over and over. I'm sitting in my car, and this is how I sit at my chair in my desk, and this is how I, do my exercise or don't do my exercise. What if movement is more important than exercise. So let's let go of this concept of exercise. Just screw it. And what if it's all different ways that you move your body? And one way I move my body is through yoga. I took an advanced yoga class today. It's an hour and 45 minutes. And it took me quite a bit of mental capacity to sit through, to work through an hour and 45 minutes. But I've been doing this class for about a month now, and I absolutely love it. It's a beautiful start to my Monday. That is not just yoga. That is how I move my body. So same thing with kickboxing. I love kickboxing. What if kickboxing is an exercise? What if it's about repositioning it in your mind as this is just ways that I like to move my body? This is, it's a different perspective to take, right? So same thing with spinning. Instead of like, oh, I spin once a week or I spin twice a week. What if you just really love the movement of like, there's no jumping, there's no impact on your joints, it feels seamless, you get to rock out to great music. Now that is something that you might be able to work with, right? So just observe. All right, so my first question has to do more with, are you just creating this idea of what exercise is? And maybe it's just a matter of like blowing that wide open, and instead of calling it exercise, it's just how you move. It's just how you move your body. That's it, right? So number 2 is, do you have pain in your body? So if you have pain in your body and you're using that as a reason why you're not working out, why you're not exercising, then, and notice I said reason and not an excuse, because I'm not here to make you feel bad. That's not who I am. That's not the type of coach I am. We all have our shit, right? And this is just about exploring that and using maybe some different terms to help you explore that within yourself. So what if some of the reasons you're not exercising, or some reasons you hate exercising, is that you feel pain in your body? You feel it tightens up, like things are happening in my joints, this doesn't feel good. So what if that is okay? And what if you approach this as, that's interesting. There's some pain showing up in my body. And I see Jane just commented, oh, darn it. I just missed the comment. All right, so I'll have to read that later, Jane. So what if you are exploring the pain showing up in your body as a way to actually heal you mentally and emotionally? There is this concept. Now, look into Louise Hay's work. I cannot stress that enough. Your issues are in your tissues. And if you're feeling pain and tightness and holding back, that's messages that are trying to be given to you. And what if you're like, okay, I'm not going to move because I don't feel good physically. However, moving your body more and finding the ways you move your body that are going to support you. So maybe jumping around in kickboxing is not supportive for you. That hurts your body. But maybe Pilates or a bar class is like, that feels good. That's something that your body actually responds well to. So again, it's going back into, don't put yourself into somebody else's box. Create your own, what looks like movement to you, and use the pain in your body as a way to explore, tapping into your thoughts and your belief system, also known as your mental and emotional health and well-being. So it may show up physically in your body, but that's actually telling you more information. There is more information there for you. So if you have chronic pain, it is time to explore and look into Louise Hay's work, Heal Your Body, okay? It's can completely change your life, actually. Okay, so my third question is, what if, now this is a big one, what if you actually loved yourself? Imagine what a person might do if they were in alignment with themselves and actually loved themselves, loved and accepted themselves. So let's just separate you from this person for a little while so you can kind of be the observer. What would a person who loved themselves do? Would they move? Would they be on their feet? Would they be happy? How would they be eating? How would they be moving their body? What would that look like? So that is kind of my challenge to you. Is it that maybe the work doesn't have to be around, I have to force myself to love exercise and movement? What if the work has to do with aligning with yourself and finding self-acceptance. Now, I had done that video a couple weeks ago here on A Chew on This, so I welcome you to revisit that. Just look on my YouTube channel or on my website, realfit.tv, in the blog. So if you are working on alignment for yourself and self-acceptance, when you are in that position, it gives you power. And it really gives you choice. It gives you this ability to be like, that feels good, and that feels good, and that doesn't really serve me, and that feels good. And you're able to kind of pick and choose and create this experience for yourself. So you have this, just this instinct and natural biology, all of us do as human beings, to want to move. We have to do it. It's part of our culture. So really what exercise resistance is about, this concept that psychologists have observed happening, is that it's really conditioned behavior. We learn something from our family, our friends, our environment that we're in, and then our behavior starts to change based on the beliefs that we create of like, oh, exercise can't be good because that means mom is going to be away from her kids. So I don't want to be a mom who's away from her kids all the time. So I'm going to shut it down and I'm not going to exercise. So these are really important things to explore. Are you actually shutting off a way to honor yourself and really take care and nurture yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally? Because it's based on some belief system that may not even be true. So if you go about your day and you're in alignment and self-acceptance and love, I bet you would be somebody who likes to move. And you would just find ways to move that don't look like anybody else. Maybe that means you are country line dancing once a week. Maybe that means you are taking up adult ballet. Or I have a friend who does salsa, and she started this later in life, and now she loves salsa dancing, and she's like getting into lessons, and she just made this team. Like, that she doesn't approach as exercise. Does she get exercise benefits from it? Sure. But that's actually much bigger than that. This is a bigger fulfillment in your life. So movement can be very nurturing for your soul. So instead of thinking of it as exercise and my fitness and my workout, think of it bigger. I say, girl, you're thinking too small. We got to think bigger. Okay? All right, so I hope this topic helps you explore this like inner resistance of maybe you've identified with yourself or you know somebody, and if that is the case, please share this video with those you love and let them know there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. Maybe there's just more questions we need to ask ourselves to explore why we're shutting off this biology of we need to move as human beings. It is just part of our nature and how we thrive and move from generation to generation and how we expand. It is through movement. And a lot of that can be creative energy too, right? Like how if you're a dancer, you can tap into that. Or I find even yoga is a part of how I can explore my own creativity of like being able to do things with my body that I was like, I didn't know I could do that on balance, or, getting uncomfortable with things, like getting comfortable in uncomfortable as I'm, working on my handstands and things like that. So, and also learning that in yoga, all those things I bring into spinning and I bring into kickboxing and I bring into all these other areas that make my workouts so much oh, hey, from Brazil. Awesome. I know I have a lot of Brazilians following my channel. Mwah. Love, love, love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following my workouts. Yeah, so I bring a lot of my yoga, what I learn in that movement, into a lot of my other workouts, and they start to complement one another because I'm not putting them into little boxes and little compartments. I'm looking at as a bigger picture, and I'm also tapping into what makes Dana happy? And that's what I want you to ask yourself. What makes you happy? And are you blocking yourself off from some level of happiness and fulfillment based on just some false belief? And if you want to explore your beliefs, that's what I do best. So I put together my mindset course. So if you want more information on that, I'll put a link underneath this video. But the mindset course really takes you through step by step to explore this stuff deeper and in a methodology, right? It really does matter the step by step to layer these ideas, to peel back the onion, you know, to peel back the layers that are you and where did all this come from. So we just have a healthier relationship with ourselves, a healthier relationship with our food and working out and being really happy with who you are. So that is what I do best. So yeah, nutrition, yeah, working out. But that stuff is just like the icing on the cake, right? We really want to get into those layers underneath that really form all of those behaviors, whether they're behaviors that are supportive of what you want to accomplish in your life and who you want to be, or are they not? So, so thank you so much for joining me for this Chew on This. If you have any other comments or anything you'd like to share, please go ahead and do that. I love your feedback. Thank you so much for following me from all around the world. My heart goes to you, pounding and everything through our kickboxing workouts and step workouts and spinning on you know, realfit.tv on YouTube here. And if you want more workouts, you can also find that on realfit.tv. That my website is a plethora of how you can work with me and how you can find out more. So have an awesome day. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you next time. Mwah.